Good morning, everyone. My name is Shravan Kumar from Dellsoft Technologies, New Delhi. I'll be demonstrating today some networking simulation using NetSim software. Okay, uh, which has various features and functionality. Uh, this tool allows user to design, analyze performance, and validate networks. And it also permits the user to edit the network protocols. So one by one, I'll show you the slides and show you how we can analyze networks over this NetSim software. First of all, why we use NetSim or any other networking tool? As you know, with the advancement of technology, newer protocols are being drafted very frequently, and it is very difficult to have these latest happenings. Analyzing these network behavior is very tough these days. So, using traditional analytics, like we have used in the previous methods that are manual, that are very tough. So it is not easy to manually analyze all these networks. So we need these kind of tools, so which help us to analyze our networks. Okay. NetSim is a scientific tool for designing and validating networks and protocols. Hence, it has a lot of relevance in protocol research and development. And in defense also, it is used for simulating network-centric warfares. And it has a wide range of technologies which is used to simulate LAN, WAN, cellular network, cognitive radio, LTE, sensor networks, and these are all as per the standards. Then it has an open architecture where users are provided with C source code of network protocols, which are implemented based on the IEEE and IETF standards. So the purpose of giving this purpose of giving this C source code is to enable users to edit the standard protocol codes according to their own requirement and own implementation, so that they can edit the protocol and link it with NetSim and analyze the performance of the newly designed protocol. So now NetSim is divided into some segments like enterprise, defense, R&D labs, academic. So in enterprise, it is used for network design and network validation. In defense, it is used for network simulation of centric warfares. Then in R&D labs, it is used for protocol development and new technology testing. And in academics, there are some network labs in BTech and MTech. So they use for their lab curriculum, and MTech and PhD thesis they use for their projects. Now the architecture. Now this architecture gives you a internal view of NetSim, where users will design the network architecture and configure it in GUI interface. Further, it will be simulated by NetSim engine and thereby provide multiple metrics regarding performance of the simulated network. So user is not required to write any script or code while designing and configuring the network scenario. So you can see some network stack here, virtual stack. Then CLI mode is there. It can be opened through a CLI or GUI mode. It will create an XML configuration file. So using XML configuration is very easy to understand and very user friendly. So that's why we use that GUI mode only. And it after simulation through a virtual network stack, it will create this metrics and some event trace, then packet trace. All these are result which comes after the simulation. Now standards implemented. So NetSim is divided into some modules or components. So in NetSim, it has two versions. One is academic version and one is standard version. In academic, all these components are integrated into one, and you will get the all the components with GUI interface. But in standard version, you have the I mean, you have the option to choose between these components. Like if you don't want to use some components, you can drop that and you can choose to combine your own design components. So component one is internetworks. That is a base component required for all the components. So internet network has Ethernet, fast and gigabit, address ARP, wireless LAN on 802.ABGN, AC and E, then propagation, free space, long normal shadowing, relic fading, all these on wireless. Then wireless routing on RIP and OSPF, then queuing, round robin, FIFO, priority. All these are in internet networks. And some common module applications are there. Here you can create various type of traffic on any node, like voice type, video, FTP, database, HTTP, email, peer-to-peer, custom. All these are traffic generator on which on any node you can generate. Okay, and all these are implemented on the international standard, that is IEEE IRC standard. So this component one, which is required for running all the components. So component two has legacy network. That are some previous network we used to design. It is Aloha, pure Aloha slotted. Then CSMA CD, token ring, token bus, frame relays. All these are legacy network. Then component three has BGP network, border gateway protocol. Then component four is advanced wireless network, which contains MANET and WiMAX. And MANET has DSR, AODV, OLSR, ZRP, and WiMAX protocol. Now, component 5 has cellular network, that is GSM and CDMA. And now, component 6 is wireless sensor network and personal area network, that is we call PAN and WSN. And these are with agent model and binary battery model ZigBee. Okay. Then component 7 is there, which is cognitive radio network, uh, wireless radio area network, WRAN. Then component 8 is LTE, long term evolution. Then component 9 is military radio, that is TDMA link 16. Okay. So these are the various components which are integrated into the NetSim, where we can choose among these components while purchasing this software. Okay. So now we just go to what's new in V8. So in the latest version of NetSim, there are some features updated. Like in LTE, we have updated OFDM for downlink signal, SCFDMA, MIMO for enhanced throughput. Then in dynamic metrics, uh, we can create application throughput and link throughput graphs. Then UI property overview, we can model the by XML file, or we can custom properties that can be added into devices. And BGP and cellular network is there, JSM and CDMA with stack. And new application models are added, peer-to-peer, email, and HTTP. So, like I've told you that some traffic generation can be done on nodes. So that peer-to-peer, email, and HTTP have been added newly in the latest version. Now NetSim hands-on. NetSim hands-on is divided into two parts, part one and part two. In this part one, we used to model the network, simulate it, and analyze the variety of networks. This is in part one. And in part two, you can write your own code and link it with NetSim. And we use that Visual Studio 2010 to write our code in C, and we can link it with NetSim through GUI. Okay. Now part one is design the network. Okay. Then here we can design our network through nodes and links given in the GUI. Then we can configure the network. We can configure the network by right click on the any node and set the parameters. And after that, we can model traffic on any node. Like I've told you, various kind of traffic we can generate. Then simulate the network. Okay. After simulating, we'll get a summary. Here in summary part, we have told you that modeling and simulation is there. Here, easy scenario design and visualization is there, where nodes are given. Here you can see in this screenshot, some nodes are given here, which can be drag and drop here and design your network. Right click on the properties and you can set some parameters related to those nodes and generate this kind of traffic in application tab. Here you can see in application type CBR, custom, email, HTTP, these kind of traffic are being can be generated on this node. Okay. So this command line interface is there. Like I've told you that it can be started on CLI mode or XML mode, but we choose to do it through GUI as it is very easy and better presentation, which creates the XML based configuration files. Now analysis. Analysis has performance metrics. Then packet animator is there. In performance metric, there are various kind of metrics are there. I told you later. In packet animator, after the simulation, you can get a packet animation tab. Here you can see various kind of packets moving from one node to another. Data packets. Now performance metrics has various kind of these metrics like network metrics, application metrics, link metrics, protocol metrics, device metrics. Now, network metrics allows user to view the values of the metrics obtained based on the overall network. And application metrics displays the various metrics based on the application running in the network scenario like throughput, delay, and many more. And link metrics displays the values of the metrics related to each link like packet transmitted, packet errored, and collided. Okay. Then protocol metric displays the protocol based metrics which are implemented in network scenario, and metrics will vary depending upon the type of network simulated. In this case, you can notice TCP metrics, IP metrics, and OSPF metrics also. Then device metrics is there. Device metrics displays the device related metrics like the ARP table, IP forwarding tables. So these are the metrics which you will get after the simulation.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Then in analysis summary, there is packet animator. Here you can see in GUI that some packets are moving from one node to another. So these are available in the packet animation. Here you can change the animation speed from slower to faster. Okay. Then analysis only available in standard version. So there are some analysis which is available in the academic version and in standard version. In right, I have told you these are available in both the scenarios. The academic version is standard version, but these are the analysis which are exclusively available in the standard version only. So these are traces. Okay, traces have two type of traces. One is event trace and one is packet trace. First is a packet trace. Here we can see packet trace is there. Packet trace it generates a set of chosen parameters for every packet as it flows through the network, such as arrival times, queuing time, departure time, payload, overhead, errors, collision, etc. And it can be used for performance validation, statistical analysis, and custom code debugging. Okay, that I'll show you in the scenario. Then event trace is there. It records every single event which is associated with the information of your network. So it will analyze through timestamp, event ID, event type, device type, and protocol name. All these are generated in the CSV format, Excel format, where you can freeze the pans and filter your parameters and choose to analyze. Now dynamic metrics is there. Dynamic metrics allows users to monitor the value of a parameter over simulation time. So this is essential for researcher to understand the behavior of a network at any instant of simulation timing. So this link throughput, application throughput, and TCP congestion graph can be dynamically plotted, and these plots can be done offline or during the simulation. But we choose to generate it after the simulation because during the simulation it will slow down the simulation. Now Wireshark is there. As you know, Wireshark is a free and open source packet analyzer. It is used for network troubleshooting, analysis, software and communication protocol development. So in NetSim, instead of performing some mathematical calculation and providing the result to the user, it actually generates the packets and transmit it within the simulation network. So Wireshark can be used inside NetSim to capture these packets at multiple node location and perform further analysis. So in Wireshark also some features like LTT graph, window scaling graph, and some other type of graph which can be generated after the Wireshark opens. So when you run the simulation and enable this Wireshark, it will start automatically during the simulation and show you some real-time packet capturing. Now part 2 of the simulation. Here it is development platform which is available in the standard version only. Here we can write the custom code. You can see two type of screenshot here. One is in programming portion, one is in GUI. So in programming portion there is a statement called hello world is printed here. It is a statement inserted here, and after the building that program, it is linked with this GUI. I'll show you further how we can link it with NetSim. And these codes are available in the installation directory of NetSim. You can see program files and NetSim standard. So here are some APIs given here. So in order to reduce time and effort of protocol developers, NetSim provides APIs which can be reused to perform activities like packet creation, deletion, IP address comparison, and many more. NetSim also provides a manual in the help section to assist developers while writing or editing the source code. So this packet.h, stack.h, list.h, these are the APIs which is helpful for the developers as given in this. So these are the 300 plus customer base of NetSim in various domain like defense, space, industries, education, international, education, India. So we just now have a look on the software. This is the NetSim software environment. It is the first window when you open the NetSim. There are some tabs given here like simulation, programming, utilities, and help. Help has the user manuals like NetSim user manual, source code help, and NetSim experimenter manual is given there. Then utilities for you can use it for login. You can create some admin and user interface to use this. And programming portion is there. In simulation, first you do through GUI only. You can choose to get simulation. Then in new, you can get inter-networks, legacy network. In legacy network, you have pure ALOA, slotted ALOA, traditional Ethernet, token rails. So all these are given in legacy network. Then in advanced wireless network, it has MANET and WiMAX. Then in BGP networks, you have cellular network, GSM and CDMA. Then in wireless,
sorry, classes are 12 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೆ 11 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Then in personal area network, there is ZigBee, then cognitive radio network and LTE networks. Okay. So whatever technology you choose, you can choose it from here. Like I'll show you one example of CDMA. Here, whatever technology you choose, you will get the links related to those technology only. Like some nodes are disabled here, and only one node mobile station is given. So then MSC is given, mobile station. Then link, wired link. Then base station is given here. So you can choose this base station and drop this environment, into the environment, and you can choose MSC, and you can now mobile units can be connected. When you click, it will automatically connected here. Okay. You just drop it, it will automatically connect it. Okay. And for doing the parameters, we just choose the properties. And we'll have this global property like device name, device type, its position, mobility model, random walk or no mobility we can choose, and velocity we can choose from here. And interface CDMA, we have data link layer and physical layer. You can choose transmitting power from here. Here some information tabs are given. When you don't have information about any tab, you can just click on the I tab, then you will have the information about those informations. Okay. So these are for informations. Like you can choose to have MSC and this information about the MSC, IPv4, the IP address, scheduling type, FIFO priority, round robin, buffer size you can choose, and data link layer and physical layer. Likewise, we have properties, interface 1 CDMA, it is through mobile. It has voice activity factor. Actually, we'll analyze how voice activity factor affects the channel and their call blocking probability. Okay, so I've already made it as an example. I'll show you that actually it will take some more time, so I'll just made it already for you. We can open some networks from here. Already made network and matrix can be opened from here. Okay. So this CDMA, the configuration file, that is XML file. I have told you that all the GUI will create an XML file, that is configuration.xml file. You can open it. Here you can see we have taken this base station and MSC unit and connected 20 mobile units here. Okay. Uh, so among these 20 mobile nodes, we have given application type. Yes, you can see in application. I'll just right click on this. Right click on properties. We have added 10 applications here. Okay. So in application type, there is Erlang call, which is by default in the cellular part. And you can choose source ID from which source you are transmitting the data, and destination ID on which destination you want to send the data, and start time, end time, that there is a source to destination line, that green line you are showing, that is a source to destination, so that can be shown. And codec is G.711. Then packet distribution is there, we can be chosen to constant or exponential, or packet size is there, this I have chosen 33. Then inter arrival time is there, you can choose to constant or exponential. Inter arrival time you can choose. Then call duration distribution, you can choose from constant to exponential, or duration. Arrival time is IIT distribution exponential. Service type is CBR, or you can choose VBR also. We have chosen CBR. So likewise, application 2, 3, 4, all these has different type of source and destination. Here you can see we have given 3 to 4, then 5 to 6, then 7 to 8. Likewise, we have given from 21 to 22, from 1 to 10. We've added 10 applications with different parameters. Okay. So when you accept it, so here in properties, we have voice activity factor. So I've told you uh, what I've done. I've reduced the voice activity factor from 1 to 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6 to 0.1. And what we see, as we decrease the voice activity factor, the channel count would increase. So it is inversely proportional. So it has voice activity factor as 1. Okay. I'll show you through the experiment also, so that you can have some more. So these manuals are given. Here you can choose these parameters. I'll show you in graph later. Let's simulate this. When we simulate this network, there are I've told you some more features also, that packet trace, event trace, dynamic matrix. So this packet trace can be enabled from here. You have to give the packet trace file name, like a and file type is .php format. Okay. And file storage path is given here. Here these are attributes given here. For we have selected all the attributes. Then event trace is given. You can choose to have event trace, give the file name, and file type is there, storage path is there, and these are attributes, drop, call, and text transmission request. So click on OK. You can also choose dynamic matrix, link 1, link 2. Okay. Now you can run the simulation for 100 seconds. Here you can choose record animation, play and record. So we have to see the animation, so we can choose record animation. Click on OK. We get this window that will simulate your network. So this graph is being created. We have chosen dynamic matrix, so graphs are being done. Okay, so now after the simulation you will get the performance metrics. I've told you in the presentation we get the performance matrix, which has network matrix, link matrix, queue matrix, IP matrix, then cellular matrix, and application throughput is given here. Okay. Sir, hello.
Hello. Sir.
Sir, can you mute your mic, sir? Some disturbance are coming, sir. Okay. Sir,
Some noises are coming.
yes, sir. That's why I've told them to mute their mic.
Ah,
Yeah. So in network metrics, we can see the overall throughput of the network, like simulation timing, packet transmitted, packet errored, packet collided, then bytes transmitted, payload transmitted, then overhead transmitted. And in link metrics, we can see the link parameters. Okay. In link parameters, link ID 1, 2, then payload transmitted, overhead transmitted, bytes transmitted. Queue matrix, IP matrix. Then we can see in link throughput, there is a graph of link 1 and link 2. Wired and wireless, both the links, we've got the graph. And for application throughput, we can get the graph. So application throughput is not. Application matrix is given here. Here we can see throughput of the calls given here. Then the main part of this cellular matrix is MS matrix and channel matrix. Here we can see the channel count. So when we decrease the voice activity factor, we will get the channel count. So this channel count would increase when decreasing the voice activity factor. And in MS matrix, we get the call blocking probability for all the devices. So we can add this call blocking probability to get the overall call blocking probability of the network. So what we will analyze is channel count, how it will increase after decreasing the voice activity factor. So it is 3 when we have done the voice activity factor as 1. So I'll just show you 2 or 3 examples. After that, I'll show you the graph. Then in packet trace and event trace, you can choose open packet trace, and you will have that file. Click on this.
hello.
Hello.
Sir, lots of noises are coming, sir.
Yes, sir. That's why I told them to. Sir, sir, can you mute your mic, sir? Yeah. Now here you can see some packet trace are given on different parameters like packet ID, segment ID, packet type, control type, source ID. All these are given. Here what we can do, we can choose. One second. When we select this, you can choose to freeze this top row, and you can do some filter. Now what we get, so this in packet ID, when you choose any of the packet, like select, let's say packet 1. If you click on packet 1, it will show you the packet 1 only, and it will show you how this packet 1 is moving from one source to destination. Mobile source 9 to mobile source 10 it is transmitting, and then different parameters like base station, then application layer, then transmitted layer, then network layer, MAC layer, physical layer, and all the layers, what are the parameters are given here. So all the packets are sent successfully. Okay. So likewise, we can analyze our packet from each and every packet we can analyze. If we choose 1, 2, 3, we'll have the detail of 1, 2, and 3. So likewise, we can choose the different packets and we get the information about those packets. Okay. Likewise in events, when we choose events, click on yes. So these are event type. Different event IDs are given. Here you can also analyze this according to the event number. So event type is given here. What type of events are performing in the network? Then event timing, device type, device ID, interface. So these are the information about the events performing in the network. Here also you can freeze panes and likewise in the packet trace and use to filter one by one through these events. Okay, so we just now we can also see the packet animation. So when the call is being done from one source to another, that will show you through this animation. You can choose the faster animation also to see the animation, and also the mobility when the nodes are moving. एक मैसेज भेजा मैंने आपको, KNIT से फोन आ रहा था, फोन कर लेना वाई के मिश्र टारगेट के लिए। नहीं, मैसेज किया। So we just stop the simulation and go to the further analysis. And one more thing is there in NetSim Analytics. When you save this experiment, ठीक, and when you click on this, go to analytics. Here we have chosen the cellular network, and you can browse these metrics file from here. Here CDMA metrics. So we have to open different metrics file from here, like done in CDMA, CDMA2, CDMA4. So we can add some more metrics here and compare those metrics to different parameters like simulation timing, packet transmitted, packet error, packet collided, writes transmitted, payload transmitted, overhead transmitted. So these parameters can be compared by adding different metrics here. of the similar networks. So this is to compare the network. Now, as we have done, the voice activity factor is 1. Now we will decrease the voice activity factor to 0.9, 0.8, up to 0.1. So I've already made it, like in CDMA1. Here I've chosen the voice activity factor is 0.9, from 1 to 0.9. So when we accept and simulate it, now as we decrease the voice activity factor, the channel count will increase. So that will be shown in the graph. I'll just show you one more example, and after that I'll show you the graph. Okay. So the performance metrics would be same. So we just see the cellular metrics and channel metrics. So here we can see the count is increased from 3 to 4. As we have decreased the voice activity factor, uh, we have seen the channel count is increased. Likewise, if we choose different, this one. So we just open one more and just show you the graph. Just choose this one where we have decreased some up to some other level. And just run the simulation. Okay. Now here also we'll see the cellular metrics. Channel metric, we can see the count is increased from 4 to 5. So likewise, if we decrease the voice activity factor, we see the graph here, like here created. This is the graphs. Voice activity factor is decreased from 1 to 0.1, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7. As we see, the channel count is increasing from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 30. So this is the analysis we are doing by decreasing the voice activity factor, how it affects the channel count. Also, we can draw one more graph by adding the call blocking property. we can see the call blocking probability is also decreasing by decreasing the voice activity factor. So these two analysis we can do through CDMA. Okay. Now this is about the CDMA part. Now I will told you how to custom code, how to do the custom code in this NetSim. For doing the custom code, we have to go to the NetSim installation directory. Okay. Here we can see in NetSim standard there are some folders given here like bin file. In bin file you can see all the protocols which are being implemented in the NetSim are given in the .dll format. So the NetSim accepts the DLL format only. So we have to, what we have to do, we can go to the Visual Studio. There is a link given in here. We can open that link, which opens this Visual Studio through here. Here there is a link of NetSim Visual Studio. When we open it, it will open this window. And here all the protocols which are being implemented into the NetSim are being given here, and their C source codes are given. So we have opened this dsr.c. Here we have seen all the program, and also we have entered one command hello world printf hello world to print the hello world. So what we'll do, we just build this file by right clicking and building, right click build. So I've already built this file, you need not build it. So when we build it, it will create one DLL file in this folder, in the DLL folder. Okay, libdsr.dll folder is already made here when we build it. So after the building, now what we have entered into this command, now our DLL will work with this hello world program. Okay, so when we want to implement our DLL, we have to copy this DLL file libdsr.dll to the original DLL file, which is given here in the bin folder. This one, libdsr.dll. libdsr.dll. So I've already copied it, and the original DLL is libdsr default.dll. So I've made it to default so that our original DLL file does not affect by doing some changes. So this dsr.dll is the our made DLL. When we call this DSR protocol, it will call our DLL file. So we have to do it from here. We have to choose one experiment of, we just do one experiment of Manet. So Manet has implemented the DSR protocol. It will call the DSR. Here we have chosen in 1 to 5, source and destination 5. CBR packet is generated. So we'll accept and simulate it. So when we run it for 50 seconds, after the running, in CLI mode, after running simulation, you can see from here the hello world is printed here. We have implemented the fprintf hello world program there, and hello world is printed here. So it has interrupted our program. So when we enter it, after enter, it will do the simulation afterwards. So after the simulation, you can get the result, all the parameters. You can see the packet animation. So this is just to show you that we can change, we can do some changes in the protocol by using Visual Studio. So now it will run normally.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, so this is all about the NetSim software, about this flow of working and the presentation. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. We have one more person, Neeraj Mehra is there. You can ask me any question. He will answer you, and I also answer you your question. Or you can also mail us your query.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Sir, can you give me some small little bit of example with a cognitive radio?
Yes, sir. I have an example of cognitive radio also. I'll show you.
Okay, sir.
Here in cognitive radio, we have to choose this base station, then these devices, and incumbent. Okay, and you have to choose the position of these nodes. When you right click on, you can choose the properties. Like in interface here, you have different properties given here. Various properties are given. So some default values are already implemented. You can choose to change these values. So in physical layer, incumbent. So you can change the property of incumbent and see some changes in your network. Data link layer is there in physical layer. All these are parameters for this base station property. Then for node properties, you can choose network layer, data link layer, physical layer. Okay. In application, we have chosen 3 to 4 source ID and destination ID. Then you can choose packet size, inter-arrival timing, and also the custom this application type. So when you accept and run it, yeah, Nirjar, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, Shravan.
Nirjar, one sir, Harshil Patel sir has asked one question that can we add new parameter to the performance matrix?
Yes, it can be done.
Okay, okay. So Harshil sir, it can be done.
Hello, Shravan.
Yes.
Actually, Wireshark is not tuned to work for CRCP. Means Wireshark tool will work generally for Ethernet-based protocols.
Actually, I would
So
implement
I
it.
would. You have added in CRCP, not an issue.
Okay, okay.
Users can attach a router, can attach switch
Yes.
and nodes in this cognitive radio scenario also. So just show that. You can do that also.
Okay, okay. Simulation is still running. So, sir is asking how we can add those parameters to the performance metrics. That can be done through programming or anything else?
No, actually, in the backend,
Mhm.
all the parameters are getting evaluated.
Okay.
But we are not showing all the values because it will create a huge list of results.
Okay. Okay.
To make it simple, we are only displaying few of the results.
Okay.
Now, if the user wants to see all the result,
Okay.
it is very easy.
Mhm.
Just you have to take the result into a variable and print that variable. So in
Okay.
the backend code, you need to add some 5-6 lines, not much.
Okay.
It's just about printing the values in one file. That is it. It's just printed statement. Very easy.
So this cognitive radio is done, sir. Here you can choose to have these parameters: CR base station matrix, CR CP matrix, CR incumbent matrix, then CR channel matrix. Then packet capturing is not there. So in application matrix, ARP table, ARP matrix, network link, all these are given. You can choose to have packet animation also. The animation part.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, sir, our shortest path routing algorithm like AOTV or DFCV, they are basically the shortest path that is depending upon the distance.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I want to change up, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
So suppose, sir, I want to change my routing metric. Say it is not upon the distance dependent. It is suppose like energy or power. So, sir, I want to change the my routing metric. So, can I change in this program?
Yes, sir, it can be changed. It is, yes, sir, it can be done. So we are already providing you the protocol source code. So you can edit the code, and instead of the distance, you can put power, or you can use some residual energy. You can do it, sir.
It is in C language.
Yes, sir.
Written in C.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how much is it, sir? Cost?
We'll tell you in your mail, sir. We'll send you the details on your mail.
Okay, sir.
Your good name, sir?
Surajit Bosak, sir.
Surjit, sir.
Sir, from which college? Which
college, sir?
institute?
Actually, I am from GNIT Kolkata, Guru Institute of Technology.
Okay, okay, okay.
Surjit, sir. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Sir, I joined lately, so I want to listen one more session. Is it there, sir?
Yes, sir. At
One
2
more
p.m.
session I want to attend.
At 2 p.m. there is a session, sir.
Okay.
At 2 p.m. also, and tomorrow also there are two sessions, and 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can join, sir.
Okay. This same ID I can log in now.
No. We have to send you the another link. What time you are comfortable?
Sir, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, sir. Tomorrow
Tomorrow
session.
afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll send you. What's your good name, sir?
My name is Ravi, sir.
Ravi.
Ravi, sir.
Which college, sir? BIT. BIT.
BIET, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
sir.
BIET Hyderabad.
Okay, sir. We'll send you.
Yes, okay. Thank you, sir.
Also, sir. Also, we'll send you the recording of this webinar. You can see also that, sir.
Okay. This recording now. Yes, I record this one. This
Yeah.
session.
We'll send you on a mail, sir. The recording and the certificate also, sir. We'll send you on a mail.
Okay, one more thing, sir. I am doing a project on this one, so manners only.
Okay.
So I want to do my customer simulation. Is it possible on this now? So I was trying in NS2, so I was facing some problems in NS2.
Okay. Yes, sir. Manet we can do, sir. On Manet we can do any.
Because when I am seeing this, I am feeling very comfortable because all the things are there. We will just
Yes.
update the source code only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you provide your email because if I get any doubts, I will
Yes, sir,
call you something.
I'll send you an email, sir.
Okay, sir. Send me that link also. Tomorrow I will available.
Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other queries?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to know what should we do to provide mobility in managed simulation. You have shown us the managed simulation, but what should we do to give it a mobility in the node?
There is an option of mobility, ma'am, in the wireless link. I'll show you. Here also in the
Go to Manet.
yes,
In the
yes.
Manet you can show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Right clicking on the properties, you have the option of mobility model, that is random waypoint, random walk, or group mobility. Also, you can change the velocity of this node so that it can move faster or slower.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yes, this is Kheer Sagar from United Outlook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, actually, I have a question actually.
Yes, sir. Please.
Actually, I'm working on SDN, software defined network.
Yes, sir.
Can I simulate all the
Which network?
protocols?
No,
I'm
sir.
actually working
Presently,
on software defined.
Software defined network.
presently
Hello?
NetSim does not support software defined.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Does
working
not
on
support software defined network, sir.
software defined network. Okay. Okay. Any other queries?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one more doubt.
Yes.
It is only application layer simulation, or it is also providing for lower level?
So it is the full 5-layer simulation for application network layer. If you go to any node property, Shravan, just right click on any node.
Yeah.
So on the left side, you can see the properties wise. So application layer, the setting is somewhere else.
Transport layer.
If you click
Okay.
on transport layer. Shravan, just click on transport layer. Yes?
Yeah, I click on.
Okay, so you can define the parameters here. You can change the protocol in the backend regarding congestion control algorithm. Same for network layer, same for interface layer. If you want some other congestion control algorithm, you can add them.
You can also change.
If you want
Network
change the
layer.
routing protocol, change.
Then this is interface wireless. So all the protocols: network layer, data link layer, physical layer, all the layers.
Okay, it is all for wireless.
Yeah, for wireless.
For any network.
For any network. For
Sir,
any.
one
any
more,
network.
Yes, yes.
sir, one more thing. So Puja simulator is there, na? Which is in Ubuntu version. The Puja simulator.
Yes.
On 20 OS, that simulator providing an application and also physical layer. Directly we can dump the code into hardware. Is it this NetSim also providing that facility?
Just tell me one thing.
In
Just tell me
Puja
once again
simulator,
about the Puja.
yes, in Puja simulator, whatever the application layer simulation is done, the same source code we can dump it into hardware device directly. It is 3 layers, like application, middle, and physical layer. Means physical hardware also we can dump into. So this NetSim also providing that facility. I know.
So you want to say that the same code which is there in the tool, you will be dumping it into the hardware.
Hardware, yes, that I want to know.
No, sir, no.
But only
It is not there.
application. Just we
So
have to
it is
see
only
what,
Yeah,
application. Exactly.
Only in the simulation, for only the simulation purpose.
Yes, sir. Nice, good software, sir, because everything can customize easily. We can do. It is more advantage than NS2. So NS2, a lot of problems are there in NS2 and NS3.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other queries? There is one question, Nirja. Hello, Nirja.
Yes.
There is one question from Ketan Pandya, sir. He's asking that whether it supports the underwater wireless sensor network.
I need to check that underwater wireless sensor network properties. So basically, in wireless sensor network in NetSim, we have provided all the parameters.
Okay.
So if the researcher or the user can recreate those environment variables here, for example, in underwater, the path loss will be high. So if the user can set all those settings accordingly in the environment, and for underwater wireless sensor networks, if they can set the sensor parameters, like the transmission power, the receiving current, so we can simulate it then. So first I need to see the underwater wireless sensor network parameters, and like I can say yes we can, but I can give you an assured answer only after seeing the network. That's what I'm saying. But what I feel is it can be done.
Okay. Ketan sir, are you still there? Ketan Pandya sir? Any other queries?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Sir, small doubt. I want to, sir, is there the NetSim simulator in open source or need to buy?
Sir, you have to buy,
Is
sir.
it open source?
No, sir, it is not
NetSim
open
is
source. It is not open source.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if I buy this one, so all software and related exam will provide in PDF form.
What, sir? Can you repeat the question? Actually, voice is not clear.
Sir, it is audible, sir.
Sir, can you repeat your question?
Sir, the things will provide, sir, along with the software.
The training, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. After the purchase, you will get the training on your campus only. Hands-on training would be there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I want to know that what is the cost.
Sir, your voice is very
very
much disturbing, sir. Your voice is not coming.
Yes, now it's okay. Hello, sir.
You can also write your question, sir. Your voice is not coming, sir.
Okay, sir. Where I can write a mail?
Now, here also, sir, in question, there is a question mark option given in this tool. You can ask, raise a question here.
Oh, okay.
Now you can raise a
Okay,
question.
sir,
Sir, the
okay,
voice is not coming, sir.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
This license is valid for 1 year or for 5 years?
License is perpetual, sir. Permanent license is there, sir. You need not.
Permanent license?
Yes, sir. Permanent license, sir.
I need not.
You need not renew the license, sir. It is permanent.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is there any office for
Sir, voice is
Hello.
not coming, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, but your voice is very disturbing, sir. It is
Hello.
not clear.
Can you hear me, sir?
Sir, I can hear you, but your voice is very disturbing, sir. It is not coming clearly.
Okay, okay.
You can also write your question, sir, so that I can answer. In the question mark pane, you can
Hello.
answer. Yes, sir.
Sir, is there any office for your center in Kolkata?
In Kolkata, there is no office, sir. It is in Delhi and Bangalore.
Delhi and Bangalore. Okay.
Sir, I would like to add one thing.
Yes.
This is a very common question, like support. Let's say if something happens, or let's say the tool is not running, or some or the other you are not able to understand the tool. So what we do is we provide online support. That is, like this webinar, we tell our clients to install one tool called TeamViewer. So from sitting in Bangalore or sitting in Delhi only, we can access your system and we can check what is the problem or what is the issue or why NetSim is not running correctly. So it is not compulsory that the engineers will directly go to your location, and we usually give one free one-day training session, hands-on, where our engineers will be going to your location and they will explain you the tool and how to work on it. And other than that, for the first 3 years, we provide free support through email or through online or like webinars like this.
Any other queries? There is one question of Arvind Swami, sir. Actually, he has left. Nirjar? The SCADA protocols can be implemented like Modbus. Here's a question.
No, SCADA, no.
SCADA protocols. Hello?
Just a minute, I'll check once.
Okay.
Just a minute. Now, Modbus, right?
Yeah, Modbus.
That I have to check. I cannot tell you now exactly, but I need to check Modbus once.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Just ask the respected person that regarding Modbus what he wants.
I'll send him an
If
email.
you can get a clear idea of what he actually.
He has left the presentation, so I'll send him
Fine.
an email.
Just tell him to give some more detailed information
Okay.
of what he actually wants in SCADA.
Okay. Any other queries? Uh, Ravi sir, are you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm still there, sir.
You asked that you need what are things we'll provide along with the simulator. Actually, after purchasing, you'll get the
Oh,
software. Also, some hardware
okay.
manuals would be provided, sir. Those source code manual, software manual, an experimental manual is there.
Okay, okay.
Where 23,
Okay,
24
okay. Yes, yes. I
experimental.
able to see a PDF format you're showing
Yeah,
here. Let's see user manual.
yeah.
Yes,
All,
I source code. Okay,
all
okay.
the manuals would be given each other, and one USB dongle to for the license, where you can.
Okay, okay. USB download
Yeah,
to license.
USB dongle and
And one,
DVD of the software.
one more thing, sir. So those things, some things I did in Internet of Things are there, na, sir. Internet of Things.
Internet of Things, IoT. Means that
IoT.
it is an updated version, huh?
Yes, yeah, it is not yet
It's
released. It is still under development,
for development.
but
sir.
we're expecting like by January end the IoT version will be released. So we'll be very soon be upgrading our NetSim. Presently it's version 8. We'll be upgrading it further,
Okay,
and
sir.
that version IoT will be coming.
So if
Yes,
you
sir. Thank you,
if
sir.
you
Because there,
purchase the software
sir,
also
for Inter
now, sir, you will get updated version in 1 year also. In 1 year, you will get all the
listen, sir. Listen,
You'll
sir.
get one free upgrade.
yeah, free of cost.
Internet of Things, I did some of the things and Puja simulator, sir. There's some problem I faced there.
Hmm.
So I'm still searching for that.
Okay. Which
Okay,
simulator is it?
sir, I would
Puja simulator?
Puja, sir, which is on 20 OS.
Okay, okay.
sir, I would suggest you send your like what you are actually doing in Kuja. Can you just send us so that we can analyze it and check? I mean, I am not sure what you are exactly doing in Kuja.
What happened is, sir, I want to, just I formed small network, sir, that is based on some wireless, sir.
Hmm.
So one particular node I want to connect to the world, means to cloud. I want to connect to the cloud.
Hmm.
So I created bridge router and some of the nodes I created through bridge router, which all network I connected, but through bridge router I want to connect the world. There I am facing means the bridge router should be I configure IP version 4 and IP version 6 because that network it is accepting only IP version 6 protocols. And this bridge router and the world means cloud. Our network
Hello,
IP
sir.
version 4.
Hi.
Hello. Sir, can you just repeat from the IP version 4, IP version 6? Your voice got distorted.
Listen, sir, what I did now, so sample, I created some 10 nodes, which is like monitoring sensor, some sensor nodes are using that, some, which are default I created. I formed the network, mesh network I formed. So among the 10 nodes, one I made it as a border router, means every node within the network should contact the border router only for knowing information of other node. So some border like this, suppose I'm sitting somewhere, I want to monitor my assets which is located at other location. So from operating by mobile only. So that's why I made it that one border router. So border router I can contact directly the cloud, means internet. There I face a problem, like means I need to configure the border router should be both. One is should be accepted IP version 6 and version 4. Both protocols should be accepted. So there I am facing, just still I am working on that. So in simulator also I need some other thing, means material, those things I require, but in net also not there. I search not. But
Okay,
Cisco,
so
Cisco and ThinSquare companies are there. They are working on that. They developed application also. They did those things, but I asked them. They didn't provide any help. So you do something yourself, like they said.
yes, so regarding our IoT development, what we have done is exactly what you said. That border router you are saying is actually called a 6LoWPAN gateway.
6LoWPAN, yes sir, yes, exactly. I learned RPL protocol working on the similar, that within the network, the border router, the 6LoWPAN network. Yes, 6LoWPAN network.
Correct. So that 6LoWPAN gateway is, as you said, once inside there will be IPv4, which is connected to the cloud or to the wired network.
Yes, yes.
And
yes,
IPv6 will be the sensor part.
Sensor,
So that is what.
sensor part.
So that is what we are exactly doing, and we expect by January end it will be finished.
Sir, any means one more my requesting sir, any kind of help if I require, can I ask? Means I want to do that area some research like
Okay, so what kind of help we support is, if the researcher is writing a new protocol or editing the protocol, we do not write the protocol for the researcher. Rather, we assist the researcher, like we tell him, we give him pseudocodes, we tell him which function to edit, we assist him. But if the researcher asks us to write the C codes for him, that we don't do it. Else everyone will ask their PhD paper to be written by us. That is the actual reason.
Sir, one more thing. I'm working as an assistant professor in this college.
Okay.
Any possibilities there? I'm the part of your development, like in the internet of things. I'm eagerly waiting for that choice.
Actually, I'm not the right person to speak about this. I have to ask my superiors regarding this. Okay.
Yes, sir. How come to know that these things, sir? Any mail, contact numbers, sir? Because I am alone, sir. I want to do that. There's some.
Okay, you forward your mail to Shravan, and accordingly we will see to it.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Okay,
Give your
just,
mail ID, Shravan.
I'll provide you my email ID, sir.
sir, send it to my mail, sir.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll send you a mail, sir.
Just provide your mail.
I'll send you a mail.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay. Bye. Any other queries?
Sir, I'll come to know. I have to do that area only, so I'll connect with you.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I am, sir, working with NS2, but a big problem is facing that whenever I have to write some code,
So your voice is getting distorted. Can you please start from the first?
I have to.
Sir, your voice is very disturbing, sir. It's not coming. You just write your question, sir. We'll reply you.
Code, code.
Sir, we couldn't
Hello?
find your question, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you, sir. You can repeat your question, sir.
Sir, can you give me your mail?
Yes, sir. I'll give you.
Mail ID so that I can...
Yeah, I'll send you my mail ID, sir. You can send your questions there. Because the voice is not coming, sir.
Can you hear me, sir?
Sir, voice is not coming, sir. Please send your query on your mail, sir. Please send your query on your mail, sir. I'll send you my email ID, sir. I'll send your.
Please send me your mail ID, sir.
I'll send you my mail, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Voice is not coming, sir.